Y'all have been loving my Vietnamese at-home dishes, so today we're making arguably the most well-known one. And this dish has become so popular that you're actually able to find it at many restaurants now too. This is Ca Kho To, or simply braised catfish. This dish features hearty catfish steaks that's braised in a caramelized and savory sauce that you're gonna want all over your rice. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now the first thing we'll do is get 2 pounds of our catfish steaks into a big mixing bowl. And oftentimes if it's not cleaned properly by your fishmonger, you also need to scrub it with kosher salt and rinse with cold water to reduce its swampy flavor. Now to marinate our catfish, we'll add in 1 tablespoon of deer mum fish sauce, 1 teaspoon of MSG, some fresh ground black pepper, and a splash of oil. We're gonna give that a good mix and let that vibe out in the fridge for 15 minutes to allow the catfish to absorb all that flavor. And while that's going, let's get some of our prep work done, starting by mincing up a small shallot. And if you don't mince your garlic in bulk like I do, now would be a great time to do that too. Then I have 2 Thai chilies, and feel free to use more or less depending on your own spice tolerance. Half of this is going to be used to cook the catfish, and we'll reserve the other half to use as a garnish. And lastly, we'll finely chop up some green onions to also use as a garnish. Now with that done, it's time to make our nuoc mo, or a caramel. We'll heat up a clay pot or a heavy bottom pan on medium-low heat. Add in 3 tablespoons of sugar, and we're gonna stir it occasionally. And eventually the sugar will begin to harden and clump up before melting. Continue to cook the sugar for 5 to 7 minutes total until it turns a dark amber color. And you'll want to take your time here, making sure that you don't burn the sugar, as that'll impart an acrid flavor that will completely ruin the dish. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Now to loosen up our caramel and prevent it from clumping while we brown the catfish, we'll add in a tablespoon of oil and mix that in. Then to the pot, we'll add in a tablespoon of minced shallots, a tablespoon of minced garlic, and some of our chopped Thai chilies. Saute the aromatics for a couple of minutes or until fragrant, and then we'll add in our marinated catfish steaks. Brown that off for another couple of minutes, and honestly, don't be like me and get a bigger pot. Cooking all of this in a smaller clay pot is honestly a huge hassle, and it makes your life way harder than it needs to be. Now after a couple of minutes, we'll season our catfish with 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, 6 ounces of coco rico, or just enough to barely cover the catfish. Add some fresh ground black pepper, and then we'll bring this up to a boil. Skim off any impurities that rises to the top, and then we'll lower the heat and let this gently simmer covered for 15 to 20 minutes. We want the fish to be tender, but not falling apart, and the sauce should also reduce into a thick and glossy glaze. Then at the end, make any final adjustments to the seasonings, and then it's time to plate. Now I'm gonna serve this Ca Kho To directly in the clay pot, so we'll just garnish it with our chopped green onions, some more of the Thai chilies, and fresh ground black pepper. Serve this up with a bowl of rice and pair it with a simple garnish soup and some fresh vegetables like sliced cucumbers. And just like that, you've made an incredible Ca Kho To at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments section, what's your favorite Vietnamese homestyle dish? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.